For the ancient Egyptians, the afterlife was a treacherous journey. One wrong step, one misdeed, and a soul could be condemned to eternal darkness. But one God stood as a guide, a protector, and a judge to ensure that only the worthy would pass. This is the story of Anubis, the silent guardian of the dead and the keeper of the afterlife. Anubis, also known by his ancient Egyptian name Inpu or Anpu, is among the oldest deities in Egyptian mythology, predating even Osiris, who would later become the lord of the underworld. Originally, it was Anubis who held dominion over the world of the dead. Egyptians believed that only with Anubis's guidance could souls safely reach the afterlife. Anubis's origin stretches back to Egypt's pre-dynastic era, over 5,000 years ago. He was initially revered as the prime god of death, embodying Egyptians' awe and fear of the mysterious process of passing from life to death. Anubis wasn't merely a god of the dead. He was the protector of the deceased, entrusted with ensuring that the dead could rest undisturbed. He was called upon to guard the soul on its journey to eternity, shielding it from the dangers that lay beyond life's end. But why a jackal? This symbol wasn't chosen at random. To the Egyptians, the jackal represented death and decay, but it also symbolized vigilance and protection. The jackal's presence near cemeteries made it a natural guardian of the dead, feared and respected by all. The Egyptians observed that jackals roamed near cemeteries, and they believed these creatures were guarding the dead rather than preying on them. This unique behavior led to the connection of the jackal with Anubis, solidifying his identity as both a protector and overseer of the deceased. Anubis's jackal form allowed him to embody this duality of life and death, symbolizing the delicate balance required to protect souls while allowing them to move on. To ensure a peaceful afterlife, Egyptians made offerings to Anubis, invoking his presence as the protector of the tomb. They believed that his power would ward off both physical threats, like grave robbers, and spiritual dangers that lurked in the underworld. Anubis's image was often placed at the entrances of burial sites and tombs to invoke his protection. Priests would pray to Anubis, asking him to watch over the tombs and protect the souls within from desecration or evil forces. Perhaps one of Anubis's most critical roles was overseeing the mummification process. The Egyptians believed that the body must be preserved to allow the soul to journey forward. Without Anubis's guidance, this sacred process would be incomplete. Priests donned masks of Anubis to embody his presence during embalming rituals. This ensured that Anubis's sacred knowledge would protect the body, preserving it for the soul's journey. This role solidified Anubis as the god of mummification. Anubis's guidance was viewed as an assurance that the deceased would reach the afterlife intact, ready to face the journey ahead. Anubis wasn't just an isolated figure, he had complex relationships with other gods. Although Osiris eventually took over as the ruler of the dead, Anubis maintained his position as the protector and guide of souls. Legends suggest that Anubis was actually the son of Osiris and Nephthys, creating a bond that tied him forever to the domain of the afterlife. While Osiris provided the path, Anubis safeguarded it. This unique relationship shaped Egypt's perception of life and death, where death was seen not as an end, but as a journey Anubis helped them complete. Once the soul reached the Hall of Mahat, Anubis stood as its guide, leading it to the ultimate test, the weighing of the heart. In this trial, the heart of the deceased would be weighed against the feather of Ma'at, goddess of truth and justice. Egyptians believed the heart carried a person's deeds and thoughts. It held the truth of their soul. Anubis's role here was not to pass judgment himself, but to oversee the fairness and accuracy of the process. In his role as the master of scales, Anubis ensured that the weighing of the heart was precise and just. Only if the heart was lighter than the feather would the soul pass on to eternal peace. A heavier heart, however, meant that the deceased was unworthy. The fairness with which Anubis conducted this process emphasized the importance of morality in Egyptian beliefs. Anubis's judgment upheld the values of Ma'at, embodying honesty, balance, and justice even in the afterlife. Beyond his connection to the afterlife, Anubis's vigilance served as a reminder for the living. He symbolized the pursuit of justice and morality, traits the Egyptians held in high regard. Anubis was not merely a god of death, he was a force of protection and an embodiment of truth. For Egyptians, Anubis's influence extended beyond the afterlife. He represented a moral compass. His very presence reminded the living to uphold values of integrity, balance, and justice. As the guardian of the afterlife, Anubis represents not only protection and guidance, but the ultimate measure of our lives. His presence at the scale serves as a reminder to the living to act with integrity, to seek balance, and to live a life worthy of passing his judgment. The story of Anubis teaches us that life's worth is found in the way we uphold justice, truth, and compassion. In this way, he serves as a timeless symbol that connects our actions in life with the peace we seek in death. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the world of Anubis, the protector of souls. If you enjoyed this journey, subscribe and share, and let's continue to explore the mysteries of more mythologies at Mythology Compendium.